I'm pretty sure you all will enjoy the game that I will mention, even if I have a conviction if the most of the game will become the most played MMORPG and RPG game on mobile. It's not only for mobile but also it's playable on multi-platform for Android, PC and iOS. Our team will always give the actual gameplay footage, so my subscribers will have direct visual to describe the gameplay, of course with a lot of highlights. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 Insane MMORPG that will impress you on mobile and PC. MMORPG cross-platform Android, PC and iOS. Dragon Sword. I will play this game once it releases globally, have a ton of reason why the player should play it, and I'm pretty sure the game will become the most played MMORPG on mobile and PC. Anyway, it will be playable for a cross-platform MMORPG that is made by Unreal Engine 5. I know you have been watching the trailer and surprisingly, the trailer footage is absolutely the same as the actual gameplay, which means we'll have a new MMO that's 100% worth playing. It's kind of an action-adventure base where we are only able to meet the other players on a large scale of number only when we arrive at the city or plaza. While exploring the world, 3 of the main heroes will fight by a turn once we tap the avatar icon, then it will trigger the entrance attack. I love how the combat lets the player grapple the enemy while in the air and it will give a huge satisfaction. There are a lot of huge world bosses that will appear along the journey and I'm pretty sure it will remind you of a Dragon Age base. No wonder most of the creator was a developer of the endgame. Dragon Sword is a AAA game MMORPG for PC, Android and iOS. Rewinding Cadence. No one knows about this game before and suddenly the developers show the actual gameplay footage clearly. What a surprise, this kind of developer should get an attribute for making a hidden game. With a very good game's quality, Rewinding Cadence is a new hack and slash open world anime game RPG where almost all of the main heroes are female but only few male characters. It's kind of an exploration base where the main character can use a flying jetpack to explore the world through the air. This action is really good to faster yourself reach the destination. The combat itself is quite unique because we should thinking on the partner pairing, so every hero will have their own spirit to fight with. Her power will boost your skill significantly. With a high intensity and fast-paced combat, the player should be able to analyze the enemy's pattern accurately to avoid the incoming attack by a dodge action. Rewinding Cadence is a new brand ARPG for mobile and PC as one of the best new cross-platform games. Duet Night Abyss. Finally, the games keep getting an update and I'm totally impressed with the progress. I really hope the developer keep doing it on the right track and don't push the game to launch in a rush, because this new RPG has a high potential to become a Genshin Impact killer. It's absolutely amazing. Seriously, the control navigation, storyline, the combat mechanism and how the ambience is pretty different. Not like the other anime with a green landscape, but it feels like we came to a different panorama of Anthem and Icy World. This is a story base where we will have an option to select a different answer on the dialogue. It will boost a certain status of mentality or morale. The combat mechanism is one of the most interesting part. It's because the gameplay is pretty dynamic and has a lot of action we can do. Dashing through the sky, switching the weapon of melee or long range with your sword and gun will be the best part for us to determine our fighting style. Each of those combat styles will have the strengths and weaknesses, so we need to learn about the timing based on the condition. Duet Night Abyss is the best new RPG game anime on PC and mobile. Final Fantasy XIV Mobile. Have you wondered how we are living in the mobile games era, where the best PC MMORPG comes one by one to mobile platform? It's because the mobile device has enough specification to run the high-end game even in massive multiplayer. The number of the mobile users is pretty massive. I think that the reason why the most popular games developer, which is Square Enix, launched the game on this platform. Let's get back into the Final Fantasy XIV Mobile. As a veteran player, I'm sure you will love it because the whole gameplay should be done manually, no autoplay, no auto combat, and no auto pathfinding, which means it's kind of a hardcore game. The skill number that we can place is quite a lot, which are 6 skills. Adjusting the camera perspective in 360 degrees will give you the best experience to find the right point of view. With realistic graphic and how well the character design is enough to attract a wider player. The UI is pretty clear, only a few icons are showing on the screen and I didn't see any VIP icon or combat power base. It's enough to indicate if it will become no pay to win MMORPG. Have any of you ever played on the PC version before? Rasal. This is a new Korean MMO that most of the game from that country will have full of auto features, and most of them are quite identical. The first impression I see about the visual is look like a lineage to M from the UI. There is no damage hit number showing up just like a Necros, but I prefer to play a MMO that show the damage number, so as a player we can measure how strong our character is. The enemy's level will show up so we can decide where we should go for grinding. The pre-register reward will give you a free gacha of Advanced Avatar and Advanced Path. The class selection are Connect Sword and Shield, Warrior Great Sword, Dual Sword, Cleric Defense Player, Wizard Area of Attack Range. I noticed there are 3 features of Battle Time, Class Conquest War to defeat the world boss, and War Guild class. Each of the characters can set 3 main active skills. Odin Valhalla Rising. I'm still playing this game until now since the game was officially released globally. Seriously, it's pretty addictive and give me vibes to play a PC game's quality on my hand. The game itself is really competitive because we can do player versus player in a large scale of war. There are a lot of PvP features we can enjoy to measure our strength. Anyway, it's a combat power base, but it's not an indication if this game is full of pay to win. Because I can play it freely as a free-to-play player, we can make our own money by keep grinding to obtain a rare and hidden treasure chest. Each of the job can be promoted into 2 higher classes that will be determine a different player role. The higher your level, it will make the game even more competitive because every boss respawn will push the player to open the PK mode. It will cause a huge chaos and effect to your gold teammate to open a war. I know the gacha rate is pretty low, but once you reach a certain level, then you will have an option to improve your combat power by a free epic gear, advanced avatar, and also pet. Mabinoi Mobile. Nexon company will get a huge profit once the game come out to global. We all know how massive the fan base in Mabinoi game series on PC, but also in the mobile version has a better visual and graphic. It's just gorgeous, especially when I hear about the music background is adorable and nostalgic and puts me into tears. The art style is absolutely aesthetic. It's pretty identical as a Mabinoi visual. It will easily notice about the game itself. The game will set in a medieval era where the villagers and how the activities around will represent that medieval vibes. We can switch the character appearance by switching the costume, and each of the costume will have a different status. The combat mechanism is super simple and newbie friendly because the player doesn't need to be concerned about the stamina or mana point. The only thing we should focus on is only a cooldown time. With a short period of time, it will help the player to keep unleashing the skill. This MMORPG allows the player to make a team up to clear the dungeon. Each of the dungeons will have a different material need or equipment to strengthen your hero's power. Mabinoi Mobile is the best MMORPG Android, iOS, and also for PC. Using Continent or Star Continent. If you would like to play MMORPG Genshin Impact game like but your opponent specification is not strong enough, then this game is the answer. It's truly magnificent with a lot of similarities by the character design, the hero's appearance, UI icon, and how the panorama looks so clear and clean. The game is perfectly run on a mid-range points and even you are able to set the ultra setting on it. This is an MMORPG base full of open world games, so we can freely see the other players do an adventure. The game's combat mechanism is hack and slash. We don't have to worry about the stamina and energy. Just keep unleashing your skill frequently to hit the enemy. Unfortunately, the aim assist and how the camera sensitivity needs an adjustment. I really hope the developer will update those aspects because it will give a huge effect on the player experience. We only need to focus to strengthen the main character only because there is no allies or partner will help us along the combat. Sword and Fairy Far Beyond Time. Wow, surprisingly, we will have a new action RPG with a great combination of genres. So we can capture a monster to become a pet, and the pet can be deployed to help us by fighting against the enemy, but also the most interesting part is it has a pal world games like where we can ask the pet to farm and planting and do some other activities while we continue the journey. The combat mechanism is really simple. We don't have to think about the parrying system or blocking. The only thing we should be concerned about is dodging or evading. There are 3 main characters we can deploy and the character can be obtained through gacha or main storyline. The first free gacha will obtain a purple hero which is an epical level. Sword and Fairy Far Beyond Time is a new brand multiplayer MMORPG game. But you need to be concerned about the game size on both platforms. On mobile it reached 15GB, but once you play and experience the gameplay, then you will realize why the game size is high. Absolutely the top new MMORPG on mobile. Granado Espada M. This game is super good, one of the best new MMORPG on mobile that has been released in a specific country. I think this game is super ready to release globally because it's really playable on any devices. Look at how I run it on the maximum graphic, which are on ultra setting. I'm pretty sure you will never see any lagging issues. It has a party system where we can pick and select a different allies to fight side by side. The party will directly come to us based on the direction or the enemy that we are targeting, so it will help the player to green and kill the enemy faster and much easier. Most of the main quests are just killing the monster, meeting someone, and also collecting some material. There is no puzzle we need to solve, making it quite newbie friendly. Even if you never play an MMORPG, I'm sure you can learn the whole feature easily. Did you know Granado Espada is a ported MMO from PC, and on this mobile version is the new sequel? Surprisingly, the graphics on mobile are way better than on PC. What do you think? Bonus, Light of Motiram. This game is absolutely phenomenal. Just look at how realistic the graphics are. It's super powerful. That's the developer have to create this amazing game. It has a huge potential to become the top 5 most played action MMO game with a survival based game. If you really want to experience a Monster Hunter Games vibe, then this game will be your answer. Unfortunately, we need to wait and let the developer do some optimization, especially for the rendering system when we come closer to a certain object and sometimes feel like a little laggy. The ping connection should be more stable, but it makes sense because it's only available in a specific country. In-game, it's a combination of survival and exploration base. Get some material, crafting the tools, buy some good and resources. The combat mechanism looks pretty detailed. These all are the best new RPG and MMORPG on PC and mobile. As always, we always try to give the update one, so my viewers will never miss any single new game. Remember to subscribe to this channel and see you on the next list. Thanks!